demystifying the cloud. That's today's topic on Tech for Experts and Authors. Hello, my name's Chet Davis, your technology tutor. Delighted to be with you. For the next couple days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to focus on this topic here, demystifying the cloud. Today I want to focus a brief explanation of what the heck the cloud is. We hear this kind of thrown around a lot when we talk about technology, especially with our mobile devices and our computers when we're away from home. But let's find out a little bit about it. And then talk about cloud synchronization. You can really break down the cloud, or using your mobile devices, using your computers, using your technology in the cloud, into kind of three different categories. One is cloud synchronization, and that's today's topic. Tomorrow morning, just a few minutes focused on cloud storage, and something a lot of us may think we're doing, but we're not, and many of us should be doing some kind of cloud storage. And thirdly is cloud computing. On Wednesday morning, focus on cloud computing, and that's actually using applications in the cloud where the software or the application isn't on your computer, it's actually in the cloud. And it's many people, especially large companies, are moving to that kind of a capability. You need one of two things, I should say, to be utilizing the cloud with your technology, and that is either Wi-Fi or a cellular connection, a Wi-Fi connection or a cellular connection. Now, for many of us, we have a Wi-Fi connection in our home office, at work. You can access, when we say, free Wi-Fi hotspots, that's something you can access at an internet cafe, even at McDonald's, believe it or not. A lot of folks use those coffee houses, Starbucks, Pete's, what have you. And I did have some cautions about using free Wi-Fi hotspots in the program a couple weeks back. So either scroll down to my feed on my website, on my YouTube channel, or here on the Facebook channel to read about those cautions and make sure you're safe and secure while using the free Wi-Fi. But either free Wi-Fi or a cellular connection. And these allow you to access essentially, a computer that's out there. And if you think of cloud computing, or synchronizing in the cloud, or storing in the cloud, what we're doing is kind of come back to this slide here, is essentially we're connecting either our same device or multiple devices. It can even be somebody else with a different computer, tablet, iPad, smartphone, iPhone, Android phone, whatever, that's accessing that data up in the internet. So the cloud, when we break it down, really, the cloud is a fancy way of saying the internet. In fact, let me scroll to this slide and show you what I'm talking about. So if you're doing synchronizing across the cloud, usually you've signed in to some kind of service or an account. For example, on my Apple devices, I'm signed in to iCloud account. And in my iCloud account, I sign in with an email address and a password. And the Apple ecosystem calls that my Apple ID. So it's an email address and a password. You could also be synchronizing data using your Google account, your free Google account. You could also be synchronizing data, synchronizing information between different devices, yours or between you and another person, if you're using Google Apps or a paid service like Dropbox or Box or a service called SugarSync, and I've used all three of those. And it allows you to save your data, take your document, for example, in this example here, create a document or modify a document, edit a document on your smartphone, and then you see the connection to the cloud. And really the symbolism there is that we're connected to a computer in the sky, if you will, that's really using the airwaves to connect to a computer that's a file server. And that file server is oftentimes a very powerful computer, or a computer with a very large hard drive backup system that saves all of the documents and data for that service. And then a subscriber, somebody else that's with you on that account, or maybe in this case it's your tablet or your iPad you see on the right side. So we take our data and we save it, we modify it, we edit it, then we save it. And when we save it, because we're logged into this synchronization service, it saves it to that computer that's away from me, that's in the cloud. Okay? And because I have another device or devices, or my colleague, my partner has a device, he or she is also logged in, signed into the same account, whether it's iCloud or Dropbox or SugarSync or Google, and the document is updated automatically. So the edit that I make on my device is added to the document in the cloud, or that's out there on the internet. And then the next time any device that's part of that same account clocks in, checks in, logs in, that updated document is also shared with the other folks. Okay? Isn't that cool? So it's very streamlined. It's very logical. It allows people to collaborate. And what it allows you the capability of making sure that your documents are all up to date. So as you're modifying a document and you want to travel and you go to the office, or maybe you're a speaker and you're on your home computer and you update your presentation, maybe it's a slide deck using Keynote or PowerPoint, you make an update, the day before you travel, and you upload that. Well, you have a backup copy that's available in the cloud. Isn't that cool? So when we talk about data synchronization, like when I'm logged into my iCloud account, here are some of the things that I can synchronize across multiple devices. Apple calls this the Apple ecosystem. So my contacts, my address book, my calendars, for example, if I'm using the Reminders app, Safari, the web browser, across multiple devices. And what's synchronized there is things like bookmarks. And if I have a website open, what we would call a tab open, then on one device, I could go to my office and that same website page is accessible to me, so I don't have to go searching for it again. I can just click and it will be open. And then things like Notes, Notepad if you're on a Windows computer. And different systems allow you to synchronize data in different devices. A lot of folks who are using Google Calendars, for example. If you're using Google Calendars, that's an easy way to synchronize data across multiple devices. Again, what you need is an app or a service. Again, things like if you're on an Apple device, iCloud is built into the operating system. It's just built into the device. And so you have to go into settings or preferences and enable that, log in or sign in to your specific account that allows you to synchronize that data across multiple devices, and make sure that the menu, you have selected the items, the apps, the data, the things you want to synchronize across devices. If you're logged into your app or your web browser, like you're using Google's services, well, then you also want to be signed in on your same Google account. If you have Dropbox, either the free account or a paid account, you want to log in, sign in to Dropbox, the same account across multiple devices. So it's a very streamlined way, and it can ratchet up into, it's what we call scalable. So this is available as an individual, the kind of services I'm talking about. If you're talking about a work group or a company, you also have the capability with these services, and there are some other more advanced services that allow you more synchronization. Some people are wary of using data synchronization services, cloud synchronization, for sensitive data. If your company has proprietary information, sales information, for example, and you're out and about, your sales staff is traveling the country or traveling the world, some people want to use a VPN or virtual private network, or have their apps managed so that they're protecting the data that's going through there, and it's just not available in a public app. Again, what you need to have is a connection either via Wi-Fi or via cellular. And very, very important that you have that clean connection. And that's one of the tricks, is if you update a document and you don't have a connection, you can't pull that document back down until or unless you have that cellular or Wi-Fi connection to be able to retrieve, to go and get that data. In many of the services, you also have the ability to work offline, which means you're going to download the latest revision of that document onto the device so you can access it when you're away from any kind of internet service. Okay, so that's a look at cloud synchronization. I'm happy to entertain questions you have. Go ahead and drop them in the comments below. Be sure as well to like this page, and that way you'll be informed each day, each time we go live and share some additional tips, some information. My mission, my passion is to help you get the most out of today's technology tools. We can do so much if we knew sometimes just a little bit, and that's my job. Go ahead and post your questions, your suggestions for future tutorials in the box below. I'll be back tomorrow morning at this same time, and the topic tomorrow is we're going to go ahead and focus on cloud backups across multiple devices, whether you're on Windows or Apple systems. Go ahead and make it a great day. My name's Chet Davis, your technology tutor. Thanks for dropping by today.